We are live. Welcome to episode 20 of the High Slot Podcast. I'm here today, as always, with the boys, Bob Deuce, Snipsky, our behind-the-scenes guy, Jay Butts.
How you doing?
And myself, Andrew Coco Curry. What's going on, boys?
Just another week, man. Playoffs. Got some disheartening news with the Bruins. We'll touch on that, but
tough time to be a Bruins fan.
Tough time to be a Bruins fan for sure. And that's about it. How about you, Vinny?
Same shit, different day. Just chilling. Like Bob said, tough Bruins news. Ready to get into it.
Yeah, I know we're a hockey podcast, but we're all a bunch of golf guys, and there's been some hot news in the world of golf. I know we ain't no Scramble podcast, but I think it's worth talking about. The Saudi-backed golf league is taking a bunch of the PGA Tour guys. Like, they got Phil Mickelson, Louis Oosthuizen, Kevin Na, Dustin Johnson, and then now Patrick Reed and Bryson DeChambeau all joining the LIV? It's like the Roman numerals. So I don't know if it's going to be called like League 54 or what, but
I think they call it the LIV.
I think they actually pronounce it.
LIV?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, what's your guys' thoughts on the guys leaving the tour for the Saudi League?
I mean, I heard a lot of animosity towards the PGA Tour. A lot of people are like unhappy with it. A lot of the players are. It's the way it's ran, I guess. Phil Mickelson obviously was very vocal about that, and that's why he was no longer with the PGA Tour for a little bit. But I mean, dude, they're paying. Do you see what DJ got?
Oh yeah, like $150 million.
Yeah, dude, chase that bag.
Yeah.
Chase that bag. Fuck the PGA Tour. Man. You kidding me? I would go there in an instant.
Yeah, I guess like the last place, if you finish in last place, don't make the cut, you get $120K. Like in the PGA Tour, goose. You get nothing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Nothing's guaranteed. Yeah.
Yo, that second place money for Louis though. Every time he comes in second, he's actually making a lot of money.
I mean, I wasn't shocked when he was like one of the first people to be like, "Yeah, I'm joining." Yeah, it's like I can't win on the tour, so like might as well join this league.
You guys
I can at least make
hear,
a bag.
what was it? Sergio a couple of weeks ago, he's like was trying to find his ball, and like the PGA was giving him a hard time about it. And then he goes off. He's like, "I can't wait to go fucking play."
Yeah, he left too, right?
He's like,
Sergio?
"I can't wait to be out of this league in a couple of weeks." Like. And they caught him on a hot mic, too.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Look at him now. I mean, yeah, the whole thing's a money grab, but, I mean, I don't blame these guys, dude. I'd be doing the same thing.
That's so much
trying
money,
to get
dude.
paid.
Get paid either way. You don't make the cut, like $100K.
Golf, hands down, has got to be the best sport to be a professional in. Like, it's like the least toll on your body. Like, you're out in, like, the sunshine all day, traveling the world, like, just striping out there. Like, can't beat that.
Yeah, and when you walk off the course, like there's gonna be hot women everywhere. You're gonna be in like Florida, Cali,
I mean, every guy's got a hot wife, so I mean, they must be doing something right. And some of those guys are ugly bags.
Yeah.
Boys, I was looking, and one of their events are in Boston this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we should
You
try.
know where?
What, the Live?
Yeah, it's at where the U.S. Open is, Brookline.
Oh,
the country club.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go.
Oh, so I thought you were gonna say presidents.
Yeah.
fucking-
Actually, presidents go off with Ponkapog, actually.
Yeah.
Strawberry Valley. I'm gonna become a member there.
But yeah, hot news in the world of golf. I mean, I'm going to tune in. How can you not?
Oh, 100%, dude. They got like the high end talent, like DeChambeau hitting absolute bombs. I love DJ. He's one of my favorite guys to watch. And
I was surprised DJ went.
I mean, dude, that much money.
Yeah, it's tough to pass.
He's
down.
making more money than Tiger's ever made in his entire career on one deal.
That's nuts.
Crazy.
Yeah, he's got to change his Instagram handle from D Johnson PGA now.
Yeah.
I saw that.
D Johnson live.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're not going to get too in-depth with it. I mean, we'll leave that for the Scramble pod. But yeah, I just thought it was something worth talking about. A lot of controversy in the world of golf right now. All right. Before we jump in the hockey talk today, we got a quick ad from our sponsor here, Hedge Better Studios. So we're in the studio here today thanks to our producer, Hedge Better Technologies. The Hedge Better sports betting platform is a revolutionary concept that creates a competitive advantage for every party involved in the sports betting process. They're putting the odds in your hands, cutting out the middleman, and empowering a future generation of sports bettors. This sports betting platform is coming soon in 2023, but if you want to get early access, be sure to go check them out over at www.hedgebetter.com. That's www.hedgebetter.com. All right, before we jump into some playoff talk today, why don't we talk about some news around the world of the NHL, specifically involving the Boston Bruins. A lot of negative news, but let's start with the positives. Patrice Bergeron, Bruins captain, won his record-setting fifth career Frank Selke Trophy as the league's top defensive forward. What's your boys' thoughts on Bergie taking home another Selke Trophy?
Yeah, just another reason why he's one of the best centers in our generation. They're gonna call it the Bergeron Trophy soon. I'm pretty sure. Like what the most Selke trophies now. Like so, yeah, he's an absolute beast, man, and hopefully he's healthy enough to make a return. What do you think, Vinny?
Yeah, pretty much what you said. Bergeron, absolute legend. He doesn't have to come back. 5 Selkies, a cup. Hell of a career with the Bruins, captain. He just got his elbow surgery, so we don't know. Like, that might be a sign he comes back. But, yeah, hell of a career. So,
Yeah, he's been a finalist for the Selke 11 years in a row. That's nuts. 11 straight years. He's now won it 5 times. He beat out Calgary's Elias Lindholm and Florida's Barkov, and he received 160 out of the 195 first-place votes. He appeared on all but one ballot. Who's that one guy leaving Bergie off the ballot?
Dan Shaughnessy.
Probably.
Probably Dan Shaughnessy. He's a fucking prick.
Like, that guy's got to be absolutely out to lunch. Shouldn't have a job as a hockey writer. If you're leaving Bergeron off your ballot for the Selke, like, who you putting in over him?
No idea.
nah.
It's absolutely absurd. But he might be the all-time best two-way forward that the league's ever seen.
Oh yeah, hands down. He's actually paved the way for a lot of guys like that. I mean, like for this generation at least, like he just goes out there, like full 200-foot game, like eats pucks. Almost lost an eye in the playoffs this year, just being an absolute animal. And yeah, he just doesn't give a shit about his body when it comes down to like winning games. He puts his body on the line. He's the definition of that.
Yeah, true leader, true grit. I mean, I know it's a defensive forward award, but the guy still puts up offensive numbers year after year. I mean, there's no weakness in his game.
Absolutely not.
He can do it all.
Yeah, unbelievable in the face-off circle, too. You can't beat him.
Yeah, year after year, he's like top face-off guy in the league. It's like him and Crosby always up there. Just
Yeah, he's always in the right position, too. Just can't beat him.
yeah, true lead by example guy. I mean, just everything you can ask for in a player. Truly appreciate Patrice Bergeron and the mark he's made in this Bruins organization for the past 18 years. I think he's been here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something like that.
just about.
Yeah, since he was 18.
So I mean, he's going to be missed if he decides to not come back this year.
I mean, I don't blame him.
He's irreplaceable.
Yeah,
Bottom
he is.
line is you can't replace a guy like Bergeron. He's once in a lifetime talent. So that's really the only positive news about the Bruins as of late. Why don't we talk about the current state of the Boston Bruins, which, if I had to describe it, it's a flaming bag of dog shit on your front doorstep. That's what the Bruins are right now. So in the latest news, the Bruins decided after 6 seasons and 6 playoff appearances, 1 Stanley Cup Finals appearance, to fire head coach Bruce Cassidy. Boys, we kind of saw the writing on the wall here. They need a scapegoat. They decided to turn to Bruce as that. So what's your boys' thoughts on the official firing?
Just like you said, it's an absolute scapegoat. It's embarrassing. It's a joke. Bruce Cassidy did not deserve to get fired. Don Sweeney deserved to absolutely get his ass booted out of the door. And it's kind of a shame that Cam Neely's letting this happen. He's beloved by every single Boston Bruin fan for what he's done for the organization. But right now he's just letting it burn to the ground and letting Don Sweeney just keep on just doing Don Sweeney things. And it's what I heard is that Bruce Cassidy was too hard on the players. Boo fucking who? Boo hoo. What are you gonna bring in a guy that's save space? We want a soft-spoken coach.
Pillsbury Doughboy.
Bunch of what is this? A snowflake fucking organization now? Like we're supposed to be the big bag Bruins, and you like what? Jake DeBrusk is afraid to get yelled at about not backchecking, not getting the corners. He's gonna cry to his dad about it. Like what the fuck are we doing here, Don Sweeney? You fucked up drafting Jake DeBrusk, and you just won't admit it. That's why you fired Bruce Cassidy because you want another coach that can coddle Jake DeBrusk and all the other players. What do you think, Vinny?
It's sad to see such a great coach get scapegoated like that. 6 straight playoffs, 6 straight playoff appearances. Never missed the playoffs with him. Sweeney, just bad personnel decisions. Just can't get it together. All-star in 2015. Even though they don't want to put the blame on Sweeney for that, he still is the GM at the time. It's just unbelievable. It just can't happen. It's just in any other sport, they clean house and just say, oh, that's it. Like, we got to get a new GM, head coach. But no, the Bruins, the owners, they don't care. They're checked out. They don't live around here. They're not plugged in with the fans. They don't care. They're like, oh, that's fine. We'll do another Harry Sinden. Keep them in the front office. Blame the coach. Don't take any accountability. Get crap groceries for the coach to, mix, cook with in the kitchen. And, yeah, it's very sad and disappointing.
Yeah, it truly is. I would have been fine with the Bruce firing if Sweeney went with them.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. Like, you're cleaning house, you're starting over. But unfortunately, Cam Neely and Sweeney are in bed together. They're friggin' butt buddies. So, of course, Sweeney's going to stick around. I mean, you look at everything that's gone wrong, and nothing has to do with Bruce Cassidy. You let Torrey Krug walk. You let David Krejci walk and go back home because you don't want to pay these guys, right? And then they've been guys who have produced for, year after year for this organization, but you're just going to decide to just let them go because you think that with the guys you drafted, they're going to work out. But guess what? They didn't work out. None of them did. I mean, couldn't tell you the last good draft pick we had besides, Charlie McAvoy, which was a shoo-in. It was like a top 5 pick. But it just sucks. I mean, Bruce did everything he was asked to do. I mean, you look at the team this year. What, you're going to be disappointed they lost in 7 to Carolina? I think, if anything, the Bruins overachieved this season.
Oh,
100%. You look at that roster, it wasn't anything special besides your top guns, Bergie, Marchand, Pasta. They produced, obviously, but then, you go down the line, there's not many other guys that were, holding their weight. And Bruce did what he did. Like Bob was saying all year, he was like a mixologist up there, cooking it up in the kitchen, mixing up the lines, shuffling up the lines, making it work. I give him all the credit for how far we even went this year and for taking Carolina 7 games because I think, looking at the two teams on paper, they should probably taken care of us in 5 or 6.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Like, I was surprised they went 7, and I 100% agree with you. Bruce is the reason why we even took them to the limit. We took Carolina to the distance. And the other thing I want to touch on, too, is that our ownership is absent. We have an absent ownership. The Jacobs family, they're the big problem with that, too, because they're not saying shit to Cam Neely or to Don Sweeney. They're the only people in an organization that can fire these 2 clowns, and they're just nowhere to be found. Not even one statement from the Jacobs family about what happened or what's going on, and it's an absolute joke. It's an absolute. You should be embarrassed as a Bruins fan because we went from contenders to absolute pretenders. We're literally maybe make first round and get bounced. Because the Jacobs family, me and Vinny were talking about this all week. All they care about is making playoffs because they like the playoff money. They don't give a shit about the fans. They don't give a fuck about what you guys want as fans. No. They all they want is the playoff money. First round, whatever. They're okay with that. They don't want to make
a couple home games.
Yeah, they a couple home games. Rake in the playoff merchandise. You guys buying $17 beers. You get waffle off of that. Yeah. And then they don't care about second round, third, even making the Stanley Cup final. It's embarrassing. And as of right now, as a Bruins fan, dude, I don't even know what to fucking do because Bergeron question mark on Pastrnak maybe getting traded because we can't fucking afford him and he's unhappy because obviously what do you expect with the drafting and everything and everything's getting handled in the front office. So it's bad.
Tank for Bedard, baby. It's that time, boys.
The rebuild is very, very, very close.
I think it's a lot closer than anyone thinks.
And don't let this go over your head, but Brad Marchand double hip surgery at 34 years old.
Yeah, that's no bueno. No bueno.
Who knows if he comes back 100%? Because that's huge. He's not a big guy either. I heard this nugget. Since 2017. We have 0 prospects that have been up for the Bruins playing since Charlie McAvoy came up. So that's incriminating the farm league we have and they want to. I heard they want to interview Jay Leach, who was that Providence Bruins coach for a couple years, and he went to the Kraken assistant coach. Now they want him as a coach, thinking, oh, it'll be different if we have a millennial, more positive mind up there. But this guy was also trying to develop guys to go up to develop Don Sweeney's prospects, and he failed, obviously, because we haven't had a drafted prospect up in the NHL playing consistently since Charlie McAvoy.
Yeah, and before that, it was David Pastrnak back in 2014. That wasn't even Sweeney. That was Chiarelli.
Yeah.
It just sucks that the front office is just a bunch of greedy pricks, is what it comes down to. Like you said, like they're content with making the playoffs and just getting bounced first round, get a couple extra sales in there from from home playoff games, like things like that. Like you said, like friggin' $20 beers, like they're going to be fine. They're going to make their money.
Oh, yeah.
Like they don't care about winning a cup and being a successful team, which sucks because, the Boston fan base are diehard, right? And we expect to win year after year or at least be in it. And it doesn't look like that's going to happen for, a while at least, until a serious rebuild comes in and things really get shaken up. I mean, just the current state is an absolute disaster. You got these David Pastrnak trade rumors now. Even if he doesn't get traded, he's 100% gone after this year.
Oh, yeah.
His contract's up. He ain't re-signing. He saw his two best buds were Torrey Krug, who they let go, and David Krejci, who they let go back to Czech. And he saw two of his best buds go, so clearly he's upset with the front office and the management. And now he sees that they're bringing this clown Sweeney back. No chance he's coming back. And they're going to lowball him too. Like he's getting paid, I think almost $7 million now. He deserves like 8, 9, 10.
What, Pasta?
Yeah.
They're saying 10.5.
Yeah, 10.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Like,
right? I mean, there was a snippet a long time ago. He said, I don't play hockey for the money. But, I mean, at a certain point.
when you start getting screwed, once you start getting screwed by the front office, and you're unhappy, that's when you're going to start saying, oh, I want more, I want more.
Yeah.
Once he's getting mad, like he might be real about that, but he just doesn't want to be here maybe.
Yeah, because, like, if Pasta leaves, like, who else are we going to build around, like, offensively? I know we're going to build around McAvoy. We already started doing that with Lindholm and everything and whatever. But when Pasta's gone, like, who the fuck is going to score goals for us? Jake DeBrus?
Trent Frederick.
Yeah, put Frederick on the first.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, like, what is going on? Because, like, I mean, Charlie Coyle shows he has some offensive production, but he gets in the corners. He does, it's not really his game. Like, he can put pucks in the net, but he's not going to put 40 in.
Yeah.
And, like, Craig Smith, same thing. Trent Frederick, like, does what, 2 goals, 3 goals a game, like a year?
Toss Foligno up there.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Frederick had 8 goals this year in 60 games, 18 points. So that ain't it.
Ain't
He's a
cutting it.
third liner, and we drafted him in the first round like a couple of years ago.
Listen, I'll give Charlie Coyle a benefit of the doubt. Guy's been a straight third liner since he's ever been on the Bruins. He hasn't played with like top talent, but he very well could be a first line center next year, and he's going to have to play with the top guys. I think he can produce. I mean, he better. He's getting paid $6 million a year.
He fucking has to.
Yeah. But
Yeah, he wasn't great this year, -6 like on the ice, but he should be that guy where he could play 2 ways. I don't know. I think he's a little overpaid. He's just 6.5 for.
According to
third
Don
liner.
Sweeney, he can score at will. With that fucking contract?
We just don't have any centers. It's real sad. I'm looking here: Curtis Lazar, Craig Smith, Charlie Coyle. Then it's Patrice Bergeron, who's probably gone.
yeah.
What, dude, what's the plan here, though? Because they even asked Don Sweeney, like, oh, what's your plan going forward with firing Bruce Cassidy? He goes, there really isn't a plan. Like, he literally said it. Because, like, Vinny said, like, what's that, Jay Leach guy? Like, he's next in line and he's about to get interviewed or something like that. Dude, the guy never coached an NHL game in his entire life.
Yeah.
You know-
Sweeney did say, he was like, I don't care about experience coaching.
Experience
So,
fucking matters, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's our problem, dude. This guy doesn't know what the hell he's doing, dude. He just fired Bruce Cassidy to save his own ass, and now he's like, all right, I'm just going to throw things and hope it sticks. That's what it
Throwing
is.
darts.
The plan really can't be, we're going to try to get Bergeron back and we're going to talk to Krejci. That literally cannot be the plan, dude. Like, let's chase a 37-year-old and a 36-year-old that didn't even want to play for you guys and just went overseas. Like, it's ridiculous. No plan.
And we have no cap space, so it's not like we can even go out and sign anyone.
Exactly.
Like, you're
No
signing.
first-round draft pick either.
No draft pick.
Yeah, you sign like free agency. You sign like Foligno. You go out and Forber was all right. Like he's okay, and it's just Josh Brown, you go and trade for him. You didn't need another defenseman there either. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a crap
and
show.
to make matters worse, Charlie McAvoy's out 6 months with shoulder surgery. They kind of swept that under the rug too.
Yeah, dude.
And Grizz.
And Riley.
They might be actually tanking right now.
Yeah. And,
Let all their young
wouldn't hate it.
young guns that are getting surgery, have them take off like half the year, then get Bedard and just go to the glory lands.
dude, this is
But
like
it's like
Lysell.
but it's a lottery though. Like, you're not
Yeah, it's not
guaranteed
You're not
anything.
guaranteed,
anything.
Unless you're in Montreal.
yeah, Montreal gets handed first round picks no
But like
matter
they're trying to bury Lysell too. Like, I think they asked Sweeney about it, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, we'll see." It's like, no, and it's not. We'll see. It's let's see. Like, honestly,
Dude, this
that
is like-
kid's a boss. He's nasty.
Dude, what's going on with the Bruins right now is like a nightmare that I can't wake up from. Like, this is fucked.
If they're gonna play any,
I would
young
never
guys,
thought this would happen, dude.
If they're gonna play any young guys that are in their farm system that they were questionable about, this upcoming year is the year to do it early on. Get them out there, see what you have, Don Sweeney.
You know why he's not going to play in the NHL this year, Vinny? Because Don Sweeney doesn't know hockey if it hit him in the fucking face. I know he played in the NHL and everything, but it doesn't mean you're a great hocky mind. You know what I mean?
I mean,
can't pick his nose.
now especially is not the time to be firing your coach when there's like 5 or 6 other vacancies out there. Like everyone's looking for a head coach right now, and then
Yeah.
you let go one of the better coaches in the league, like a Jack Adams winner.
He's
like,
the best one out
like
there.
what are we doing?
he's the second best behind fucking what's his face?
Trotz?
Yeah, Trotz.
Trotzy?
Yeah.
I mean, you look at tenure, definitely Trotsy, but I mean, he's one of the better coaches in the league, and you just let him go.
He's gonna go to like the Stars. I think he's gonna go to the Stars, and they're gonna fucking go on a good run. Again, go on like maybe like a conference final run, and then we're gonna be all like just golfing. Like I think,
Or I like
Jay
him in
Leach.
I like him in Vegas though. I think that team just needs a kick in the ass. And like Bruce is that guy who like make them play defense, grind it down, but they got all the high end talent.
Oh yeah, wherever he goes,
Yeah.
that team's gonna be successful no
Oh,
matter
yeah.
what. It's probably honestly the best thing going for Bruce Cassidy right now.
Yeah, he's probably honestly. I know he's mad. Like,
he's upset.
Apparently, he like stomped out of there. I'll say I would too because it makes no sense that he fired him. But like he's getting like it's best case scenario for him because like our team sucks.
To be a fly on that wall.
I know, dude.
Oh.
He must have called Don Sweeney some things that I wish I heard.
The thing is, to fire a coach over personnel and development, that's legit firing him because the GM sucks at his job. Like, that's literally why I got fired.
He's pissed. I was coaching his kid in baseball 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was gonna pull him out. He's in a good program. But now, who's next as head coach? You got Trotzy's out there.
We're not getting him. No, Trotzy's the same thing as Cassidy.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go in there and tell Jake the Bruss to go shit in that hat.
No, it's
you know what I
same
mean? Like
thing.
it's who we're gonna get. We're gonna get a kindergarten teacher. You know any kindergarten teachers at Norwell that's willing to coach and just coddle everyone?
I got a couple guys that throw that name in the ring.
All right, there we go. Don Sweeney, you listening? We got some names for you.
I have heard one rumbling that I personally think would be a good fit, but knowing Sweeney probably won't happen. It's Mark Savard. Currently coaches in the OHL for the Windsor Spitfires. I would love to see that guy come back to Boston and be behind the bench. Just the way he played the game, can only imagine what he's like as a coach. You know he's high intensity, and he's just got a passion for the game. I think the players would really hear him out. He was a great leader. Fortunately, his career was cut short by a scumbag hit. Chris Kunitz.
Yeah, that was
I
fun.
think the fans would absolutely love that move.
That's the only move I would be happy with. Only one. I don't see who else you're going to get.
I like Marcel. Like, he played big for such a small guy, like you said, like high intensity, high skill. Like, he was clutch for the Bruins, like, when it came down to it. I would love that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing because like I haven't really been thinking about who's gonna be the next coach. And I just still digesting the whole Bruce Cassidy firing and how we extended Don Sweeney. So I don't really like, but I think Mark Savard, like, fuck it, you know what I mean? Like,
what do you think they extend Sweeney for?
I think it was like I think they said 1 or 2 years.
Yeah,
at
they
most
haven't
or
hammered
something.
it out, but hey, if they say prove it 1 year, Sweeney,
Prove what?
Like, well, I mean, yeah,
He already
it's
proved that he sucks.
Yeah, it's got to be it can't be a long term, dude. It really can't, because he didn't earn anything like that,
Dude, he go 6 years. First 6 years. Absolutely tanked the Bruins. He took over the Bruins after Chiarelli won a Stanley Cup and had
Yeah,
like
he was handed the keys to the cast.
exactly.
You know?
He got handed the keys to a fucking Ferrari, and he like beat it down, and now it's a fucking like Honda Civic, like a
Here you go,
1999 Honda Civic.
Here you go, Don. 3 first-round picks right in a row. Don't fuck it up.
Oh, he fucked it up. All right.
He's like, yeah, hold my beer real quick.
He's like, oh, you can't possibly fuck this up.
Yeah, give me Shenison, DeBrusque, and Zaboral. Which Zaboral is good. I like him, but DeBrusque, lose the number. You're not a complete forward. You didn't deserve it. Zaboral, he's gonna be good. Solid D, man. Shenison, he's probably bagging groceries somewhere, throwing fucking a newspaper on my doorstep.
Let's go. Dude, for like Don Sweeney, like as a guy with a Harvard degree, like what is that? Like, you know what I mean? You think you would hire someone with a Harvard degree and like we'd be like maybe have a good window still. Yeah. This guy just like literally just like he just ruined our organization, dude.
That's the only thing he's got going for him is that Harvard degree.
He probably paid off some nerd to do all his like schoolwork. He probably that degree's probably fraud.
He needed to play. He needed to play in the bean pot.
Yeah. Probably didn't win that either. He's a fucking mush.
Health bomb.
Yeah, watch. He probably did win. I'm gonna look like an idiot. Someone's gonna look it up. Oh, Rob, you're wrong. He won.
Maybe.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah,
see if I'm.
Yeah, I want to see if you're. Right.
I'll laugh so hard if you didn't win one.
I mean, the Bruins have been a contender for the last 20 years or so. I mean, and all it took was 6 years for Don Sweeney to ruin all that.
Yeah.
All that was built up over the last 2 decades.
Like, wasted Bergeron, wasted Krejci. Pretty much wasted Pastrnak too. Like just the good core we have here. Like sad to see. Like it's all coming to fruition. Just his horrible personnel decisions.
Yeah, and they always like show like GMs and like all of them like up in the press box like during the games. Never once saw Don Sweeney up there. Never. I saw. I'll give Neely the benefit of the doubt. I saw him up there like giving some fist pumps like here and there. He's just got to cut the shit and stop being buddy with Sweeney. I know they played together back in the day. And still chasing that cup from the 90s. Yeah. Like, dude, give it up. Like, this guy ain't it. Like, you don't go into business with your friends. That's the thing. And that's what Neely's doing here. And he's got to figure it out.
Neely, like, he was a big part of that 2011 team, putting that team together. Big, bad Bruins type of team, hitting people, grinding them down, getting dirty goals. And then they completely went the other way. I mean, it is becoming a different game now where it's like high fly, run and gun type of thing. But they tried, but they swung and missed. Like, oh my God, they were expecting a fastball and got a 12-6 curve right down the middle
and tore the ACL swinging.
Fell on his ass.
That's the thing too. I feel like they changed their like style like every year. They're like, all right, this year we're gonna be running gun. We're gonna get a bunch of like fast like skill guys, and then like all of a sudden they're like, oh no, we gotta beef up and we gotta play like gritty and like go back to that. It's like, well, like stick with something. Like like find an identity and stick with it. Like when you're wishy washy about you going back and forth, like it's just not gonna work. Like you gotta just stick to one style and then commit to it.
Yeah, let's take a grinder in the first round.
Like, when you're trying to like assemble a team of all skill and speed. Like the Avs.
Yeah.
But,
Avs and like the Lightning, like this, like literally the most perfect modeled teams right now.
Yeah, might want to take a page out of their books.
Yeah, he's blind. You can't see.
But yeah, anything else you guys want to bitch about with the Bruins right now? I mean,
okay, I got one more. It's gonna be an unpopular opinion, but Bergeron, I love him. Don't get me wrong. Selke winner, 5-time Selke winner, one of the greatest centers of all time. But the fact that he had something to do with the Bruce Cassidy firing, he said he wouldn't come back unless he was fired, shows like kind of like, is Bergeron kind of soft? Dude, he was saying that he was way too hard on the guys. That was a statement from Bergeron. And if that's true, I kind of lost a little respect for Patrice Bergeron.
Yeah, I mean,
I also heard a couple things that like Cassidy had a big role in like the Chara departure too and the Krejci departure. I heard like that he wasn't really like listening to either like the top like dogs like those two.
I mean, Chara should have had to go anyways.
Yeah, no,
I don't agree with the Krejci thing, but
100%. But like, you never know. Like, like we've all heard stories about Cassidy being a prick.
Yeah, but like. He was a good coach, though. That's the thing. Like they made it to the playoffs 6 straight seasons, a Stanley Cup final too, lost in 7. I think it was an unwarranted firing. Like there was, if anything, Don Sweeney should be ashamed of himself.
Yeah,
Get them all out of there.
Yeah, at this point, just clean house. That's what I was kind of hoping for, but they didn't. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you hear the stories and you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. So I mean, we'll never know. I mean, there's a fine line of being hard on the guys, being a tough coach, right? I mean, if he's like just like calling guys out like you're dog shit, you're playing like dog shit, like going down the line,
Torts.
like that's not
Like coming at people's sisters or something.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't agree with that approach, but I do agree with having constructive criticism and not being like a pushover and being a big old softy. But yeah, we'll never know. We'll never know what goes on behind those closed doors. We'll hear the stories, and you can choose the sides. But yeah, it's just it seems like the perfect storm, and it led to Bruce Cassidy being fired.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
I've listened to his post games, Bruce, and he'll only call the guys out if they deserve it.
right? Yeah. It's not unwarranted.
I forget what game it was, but Coyle, I think I might have been watching the game with you, Bob, but Coyle, it was overtime. Coyle, handled the puck too much in our zone.
Turned it over.
Yeah, turned it over, breakaway for the other team. They score, we lose in overtime. Cassie goes into the postgame after, he goes, oh, yeah, tough loss. Well, Coyle can't turn over the puck there. Need to be better. Saying something like that. Fair criticism.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
No, it's not unwarranted. It's not just out of nowhere criticism. I don't know what he's like in the locker room, but if he must be saying the same thing post game that he's saying in the locker room. That's respectable, I'm sure.
It can't be that bad, dude. I think that is over fucking. For some reason,
love his coach style. I love it.
He's the type of coach that you need. Him and Trotzy, the exact coaches right now that you need. They're stern but fair. Stern but
he's
fair.
up front with the.
I doubt he's that bad in the locker room, dude.
Right. I mean, it seems like he's up front. He's honest with you. He doesn't beat around the bush. And personally, I would love a coach like that. I wouldn't want someone coddling me, being like, "Oh no, it's all right. You just got to do this." No, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear you suck today, and you gotta you gotta do X, Y, and Z better. And I'm all right, now I know what I need to do. But it's tough to tell. Is Bruce being too hard on the guys, or are the guys just soft?
I think they're just soft.
I'm gonna lean towards that. Just how things are nowadays. People are notoriously just soft.
Yeah, participation trophies.
Right, yeah. I mean, just society, and it's...
Coach interview. Oh, yeah, we'll hire you, but you can't tell Jakey to back check or play defense, or he'll just check out.
You got to use your indoor voice in the locker.
Yeah, dude, it's like coaching a youth team.
Yeah, right.
Like you become a coach of the youth team. They're like, hey, yeah, so little Billy doesn't like when you tell him the back check, and he doesn't back check, and if you tell him he has to back check, he's probably gonna sit out.
I mean, to a point though, it's the head coach, it's their locker room. They should be able to run it however they want and really say whatever they want. I mean, there are some things that might cross the line, but I didn't hear any things like that. So
yeah.
It's a sad.
It's a job at the end of the day. You got to do your fucking job.
You got to do your job. You got to, and Bruce held himself accountable from what I saw.
Yeah.
He never really, pointed fingers like Sweeney and Neely. Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't come out and slander him and smear him like Don Sweeney smeared him. In the press conference, he smeared him.
If I was Cassidy in that room when he's getting fired, I would have let it fly, dude, on Sweeney. If I heard I was fired and told me, I would have been like, what about this? What about that? I would have let it go. I would have been 2015. You didn't sign this guy, that guy. It's
Sweeney to me just seems like a little kindergartner or something. When they get in trouble and they're like, all right, who was it? He's just it was Bruce. Bruce did it. It's his fault.
Yeah.
It's dude, come on.
It's a silver spoon from Harvard.
Take some ownership.
Silver spoon from
Harvard. Yeah, no accountability. That's the saddest thing.
It's brutal.
All right, let's move on before I fucking break this mic in half. But the freak out.
Can go all day, but
I know, seriously. It's
probably the first time in my life watching the Bruins where I am just not confident at all heading into next season. Every year I'm we got a chance. We got a chance to be contenders. We got a chance to make a cup run. I was never oh, this is our year, but
Yeah.
This year, I'm like, this is not our year. Like,
Yeah,
and
it's not.
I just don't see how it could be.
Yeah, if you guys want cheap tickets, buy them the first couple months because nobody will be out there. It'll be Providence Bruins.
I've already seen like stories like lifetime season ticket holders just giving them up. They're like, yeah, I'm all set.
Yeah,
like,
you get them on the cheap, like $10 a pop.
Yeah, people are up in arms about this Bruce Cassidy
dude.
firing. Like,
And
I've never seen Bruins fans this fired up in a long, long time.
How about Grizz and McAvoy sitting on the couch together? Oh, my God. That pissed me off. I love McAvoy, but it just shows that Grizz is, like, so comfortable, like he's going nowhere.
Grizz is riding McAvoy's coattails his entire career. From college until the pros.
Couple BU boys sitting on the couch. It makes me mad that, like...
Hate BU.
Oh, yeah, I'm not a BU guy, but also, like, Grizz looks like sitting there, like, with the look on his face, like, yeah. Like, I'm like, dude, you shouldn't even be on the team. You're borderline an NHL guy, in my eyes.
He's a fringe guy.
Yeah,
he's a black ace defenseman.
Yeah, he's
a black ace.
He could be on the Proby Bruins. Like, he's not
Should
that
be.
great. Yeah, he's not good.
Give Callahan an opportunity. Come on.
Dude, that, honestly, he's a sturdy guy.
Sturdy.
He's a big kid. Definitely got a head for the game. Grizz is scared to go in the corners in the playoffs.
John Sweeney's still waiting for Grizz to turn in the Torrey Krug.
What,
It's like,
6
buddy,
years later?
it's been 6 years, buddy. Give it up.
Jesus.
It's over. Still waiting
What are
for
they
Trent
paying?
Frederick to be a first liner.
I want to know what they're paying Grizz compared to what they could have paid Krug. Krug got like 6.5. Where is
That's not
this?
even that much.
Yeah,
dude.
6.5. All right, where's this goddamn contract? I'm looking for it.
We'll come back to Vinny.
I think he's getting paid like 3. It's definitely too much.
Yeah, way too much.
He's getting paid as much as Olmark, which is even more of a fucking. Ugh.
Nah, I don't know if I'm gonna find it on ESPN.
Yeah, then Don Sweeney made sure you can't find it anywhere. It's confidential. He's like, oh shit, that people gotta start looking at this.
Yeah, it's closed out.
All right, why don't we get some updates on some teams who are actually still playing right now and not golfing? So we have the conference finals going on. Western Conference Finals is actually already concluded. The Colorado Avalanche are advancing to their first Stanley Cup appearance since 2002 as they swept the Edmonton Oilers 4-0. Boys, what are our thoughts on this series?
The Oilers came back down to earth like I thought. Mike Smith stinks.
He stinks.
Absolutely blew that series.
Fossil.
Absolutely blew that series. Woodcroft kind of got exposed. I thought he was going to be like a surprising coach, maybe like Cinderella to the Stanley Cup final. But he got exposed. Bednar just outcoached him. And it was clearly just all McDavid and Draisaitl, like in Evander Kane, until he just absolutely just threw himself out of the series like an idiot. That's another thing. But yeah, Oilers came back down to earth. And it's honestly, it's kind of crazy that the Avalanche haven't been to like, that was the first time they won the conference final since like 2002.
2002, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy,
since
dude.
The last time they're in the Cup.
Yeah, last time they won the Cup. Yeah, so I didn't know that, dude. That was kind of eye opening. But
I mean, they've been in the mix for a while. They just can't get over the hump, and they finally have this year. Avs are a wagon. I'll give them it.
they're nasty.
But they've been breastfed a trip to the Stanley Cup Finals. I mean, they beat Nashville first round, who had backup and third string goalie, and that wasn't much of a matchup. Then they had St. Louis second round, definitely a tougher matchup. And then unfortunately for the Avs, they had a red-hot Jordan Binnington get injured in the middle of that series. And then now they beat the Oilers with, Leon Draisaitl was playing on one leg, and then 42-year-old Mike Smith in between the pipes. I mean, I'm not impressed by their run, if you ask me. But, I mean, they got it done, and they're in the Stanley Cup Finals. Snipsky, what do you think?
Yeah, bad matchup for the Oilers. Like they ran into the more high-powered offense like that. They are too. The Oilers are a good offensive team, but this is a team that could really hang with them up and down the ice. Like it was like a basketball game. They were scoring back and forth. Yeah, I agree, Coco. Definitely had a cupcake type of run. But I'm not gonna pull that against them totally. Like they've been killing it. Every team, every series. That one goal they gave Makar when Nichusin was offsides totally, and then you could just tell like the rest were on their side the whole time. But hey, that last game they played against the Oilers emptied the bucket, did whatever they could. Draisaitl on one leg, he played dirty,
Yeah,
man.
dude,
He
that
had
was
like
gutsy.
dishing 4 assists out. Oh my god, nasty. Like the Oilers didn't give up. They just when Evander Kane buried Kadri from behind. That's and he got suspended, and that's kind of when you knew
That's the
they
nail
were
in the coffin.
they were done. Like Evander Kane, big part of that first line with McDavid. And I mean, they threw Hyman or it was Draisaitl on there. But yeah, friggin' Mike Smith, dude, he was falling on his ass. Like,
terrible.
oh, he's horrible. Like, honestly, kudos to the Oilers for getting that far with that fossil and that. They just scored enough goals to like compensate for having him in net. Like, he would give up these soft. Like Confer scored a goal on that breakaway where Confer like scored, but he's still hacking.
Yeah, he didn't know what went
in. For the
He's
rebound.
hacking at Mike Smith. Like, yo, that definitely didn't go in. It wasn't a goal score shot at all.
If Mike Smith
that was
returns
good.
to the Oilers,
He said he's unsure about his future. I think he's all done.
dude, if
Mike Smith,
Yeah.
yeah, he should go to retirement home.
if the Oilers decide to bring that dude back, if I was McDavid, I would just fucking
no,
leave. I'd be like, dude, if that guy's our number one goalie, without Mike Smith, if they had any other goalie other than Mike Smith, or even Koskinen sucks too.
Yeah, he's
but
just
if
as
they
bad.
got any,
Send Omar over there.
Send him.
but whatever. But
Yeah,
the thing is,
have to.
yeah, we shouldn't have to, but Don Sweeney probably would. But the thing is, what was I getting at? Oh, yeah, the goalie situation over in Oilers. I just had a little brain fart. But if they had like a competent goalie, like a goalie that actually could save pucks, the Oilers could have made that a fucking series.
Yeah.
Because it was mostly his Mike Smith. Like that game 4, those goals he let up to keep the Avs in the game were like abysmal, dude. Like, oh my god. Like the McKinnon goal, like his glove was like at his hip. And he just like flicked it over him and like top
You're
right.
talking about when he flew up the right side?
Yeah.
Went top right?
Yeah, it was like he didn't even make an attempt to save it. And then the Ranton goal, 5-hole.
Oh yeah.
That was awful.
not good either.
Like, dude, there was so many goals there. You just head scratches, dude. Like if the Oilers bring them back, I think McDavid should get the hell out of there.
Like Mike Smith just looked too fast for him out there.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
game was too fast.
Yeah, swinging his head. Like, you could tell he's at the top of his crease trying to slide to post, and he's getting there late, like, looking around, where's the puck? Can't find it. You know, that's when you know the guy's, he's toast.
I mean, you look at the Avs playoff run so far, they're 12-2 through the first 3 series. I don't think they've lost on the road, which is the most
Colorado?
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
they
is the most
haven't lost.
impressive part.
Nope.
They haven't lost on the road, which we haven't seen many teams been able to win on the road. So that is a little impressive. Maybe they are just an absolute wagon, and I'm wrong about them. But I think they've had a cupcake run to the finals. I think they're in for one, whether they get New York or Tampa.
East is winning the Stanley Cup.
But it also helps that this Avs team has been getting away with absolute murder this entire postseason. I'm not afraid to say it. This Avs team is one of, if not the most scumbag team I've ever seen. But they're very good at doing it because they're subtle. You see scumbag behavior from almost every single player on this roster from top to bottom. A lot of it goes unnoticed. They're good at being subtle about the dirty things that they do. Starts with Nate McKinnon. This isn't the first time we've talked about him being a dirty player. Borderline slew foot on Draisaitl, who already had a bum ankle coming into the series, and that kind of just really finished Draisaitl. I mean, gutsy performance from him for the rest of the series, and he finished with 32 points this postseason.
One behind McDavid.
That's absurd. But he was not the same for the rest of the series after that. That game 4, he could barely stand up, dude. He was getting just like a little tap in the corner and was going down.
Yeah,
and had to use all his weight to get up. Like, he was hurting.
He's a big guy, too.
McKinnon leg checked Hyman, clear as day, knee on knee in game 4 too. Like, that should have been something. Just gets overlooked. Then you got Kadri. He has a history of being a known scumbag. And maybe that was karma for him getting hurt. I don't know.
Scumbag on scumbag crime there.
Yeah.
Landeskog hit to the head on Yamamoto. No call. He missed the entire series with a concussion after that. And then just going into game 4, Avs had 14 power plays in the series so far, and the Oilers had 6.
Yeah. It sounds like
know.
there should have been definitely more penalties from what you've been talking about. Yeah,
I mean, I watched these games pretty closely, and however, I picked the Oilers, and I really didn't expect them to win. I thought they were going to make it a series at least, but I don't know. And then there was a couple questionable goals in Game 4 that led to that Avs win. Mike Smith, I thought it looked like he was pushed in the net. Borderline high stick on Lehkonen to win in OT in Game 4. I think the Oilers just got fucked from the beginning with having Mike Smith in net.
Yeah.
And then the calls not going their ways.
Yeah, I mean,
Draisaitl was a wounded duck out there. And then come to find out, Darnell Nurse played with a torn hip flexor the whole playoffs. I've had that injury, and that sucks.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine playing with it
skating
torn.
with that.
Oh, brutal.
yeah, I mean, like with all those injuries you just listed and all that stuff, it just came down to goaltending, man. Like it does, because like obviously offense wasn't a problem. They put up a lot of goals, and it was just keeping the puck out of the net.
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
I'll tip my hat to Pavel Francois there.
Unreal.
He played unreal in relief. I was like, oh, they might be in trouble. You know, Kemper has been a stud. Once he went down, I'm like, I don't know how much time this Francois guy's had. You know, he might get exposed, and then he comes back with a shutout in his first start.
You know, his stats are nuts. He's this playoff 6-0 with 2-3 goals against. He has like a 920 save
and then
percentage.
you know it was ridiculous. And then that fourth game, the friggin' broadcasters
Yeah.
are like, "Yeah, you got to get him out of there." I'm like, "What?"
it was talking.
Like, he hasn't lost yet.
Me and Bob are literally sitting on the couch watching, and
Guys
talk
are out
goes.
to lunch.
Everybody, like the first thing they say,
I
they're like,
spit out
"Oh,
my beer when I heard that
they're like, talk. What do you think?" And they're like, "Yeah, I think you take out Francois for Kemper." And me and Bob were just like, "What?"
Yeah, what,
And
dude?
everybody at the desk there would just look down, and was
Like,
like,
quiet.
And then Anson Carter goes, "You all right, talk?"
No, did he?
Not like that, but he was just like, yeah,
Yeah, and
sure.
then it was just like wicked awkward silence for like 5 seconds, like dead air, and then like Wayne Gretzky just like the man he is, the absolute stallion he is. You know, he did not agree with him at all. He goes, "Yeah, talk. I agree. I think they should put in Kemper. You
It's
know,
because
get
they-
him ready for Game 5 in the next series." And then it panned back over, and then after Gretzky said it, like everyone ran with it. They're like, oh, it was like Darren Pang. He was like, "Yeah, I think you should take out Francois and put in Kemper, man. Like Kemper's he's the starting goalie. They signed him and everything." And you see like Vinny, the stats of Vinny said the dude's 6-0 in the playoffs with a 2-point whatever and a 940 save percentage. Why would you take him out?
was
And
like-
he won you the game.
Yeah, and it was after he let in like 2 goals.
That
too.
wasn't his fault.
Which one was like,
Yeah.
I think it was like the Nugent
2-1,
Hopkins friggin' turnover.
Yeah.
That was a brutal turnover.
None of the goals were his fault,
And then
really.
McDavid sniped on the power play.
Yeah.
Like, how is that his fault?
It was a bad D-to-D pass to Taves.
Yeah.
And
And he
bounced,
bummed it. Yeah.
And it bounced off like the boards weirdly. And then they went on a breakaway and then scored. And then the other one was, what was it? Valerie Nikushin, like, try to pull up or was ran in at the blue line, try to pull up, take a shot, got buried. Going back the other way, Oilers 4-on-2,
Yeah.
1T. And I'm like, those aren't his fault. Like, none of the, like.
One goal maybe was
Yeah.
like, all right, you should have saved that. But the rest of them were just like awful turnovers in transition and just got sniped on by McDavid on the power play.
I was shocked when they
But
said that. I'm
Biz-
like, what are these guys talking
Dude,
about?
I
They're
spit
like-
out my beer when
they're
I
like,
heard
you got to
that.
get him out of there. I'm like, he hasn't lost, and they're up 3-0. Like, why are you panicking?
Yeah,
like, even
right.
if you lose this game, who cares? Like,
Honestly, Kemper has that eye issue or whatever. Dude, I don't even think you started him game 1 of the cup. I think you go
Ride the hot hand.
Francois.
you have to.
Ride the hot hand.
6-0, you're gonna sit this guy? You kidding me? No. I'm telling him you're ready. He's not. He's questionable. We'll see.
It should be Francois' net until proven otherwise, until he gets like
Yeah.
absolutely torched or something. But
Yeah.
I can't see it, dude. He's looked sharp.
Yeah, he has looked good.
Yeah, no, I was with Biz. Biz said like Edmonton was up, right? Going into the third.
Yeah, 3-1.
And then Biz goes, "Yeah, you gotta go get in this third period, score a couple goals, shut up this crowd." What did they do?
They scored like 20 seconds in
Yeah,
the period.
scored 2 goals, took the lead. And I was like, I'm riding the Biz train. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yo, fucking Mike Smith, too. I'll touch on this guy because I love ripping on him. Dude, every single time a puck went his way, he looked like he had an absolute seizure in the crease. Dude, the puck would come and be a missile, right? And he'd be like, oh, whatever, like fall down, like hands in his face and shit. Dude,
Yeah.
it was so bad to watch. I'm like, yo, this is like literally a elderly person.
Dude, he like shit himself.
in the crease. It was insane.
Absolutely shit himself when he saw my car come down on him every time. I'm pretty sure he sniped. My car sniped on him
Or
like once or
McKinnon.
twice. Yeah, McKinnon, my
Anyone,
car.
pick anyone.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, you might as well have a pile on
Dude,
in that.
His reactions were comedy too. Let it go and be like, come on, like, oh, yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yelling at like the ref or like the defense. It's like, buddy, you just got picked on.
But
dude.
isn't
like,
it-
how about you put your glove up?
He's
But
fucking
it-
senile.
But
Yeah.
isn't it fair to say that the Oilers really like if Jacob Markstrom could stop a beach ball, like he like they would be
Ah.
like the Flames would have been there
Dude.
if Markstrom wasn't like trash in that.
That
Like,
pissed me off so bad. I was like watching that series and I'm like, how the fuck did Calgary lose this
Oh,
series?
yeah,
dude?
it's
Like
ridiculous.
4-1. Like I know McDavid was playing out of his mind, dude. 33 points that postseason, then Draisaitl 32. I mean, wow.
Yeah, no wonder
That's
why.
ridiculous. But yeah, those games were electric too. I'm disappointed that only went 4 games. I would like to see a couple more.
Yeah,
of
there
those
would have been one
games.
tonight, and
Yeah.
we got to wait till
Now
tomorrow.
we got first
Yeah.
day and over a month with no hockey. Or-
What, I gotta watch basketball tonight? That's
No,
that's
I'm
a
not
fucking
watching that.
scam, dude.
yeah, there's no
I
way.
what I gotta watch basketball, baseball, like women's softball. I
dude.
mean, like women's softball is actually kind of electric, but
I'll
I'd
take that.
rather watch hockey.
Pine Hills.
Dog days, the dog days of summer are brutal, dude. When like
Yeah.
all that's on is just baseball, like,
Yeah.
and there's just like day games. You're sitting on your couch, like, am I really watching this shit?
Yeah, but we're at the point where like NHL Network is just run like
Yes.
just reruns of like old games and stuff. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, you
dude.
can only watch so
yo,
many hours of the same shit on
Yeah.
NHL
Yeah,
Network.
it's funny. Now we're talking about NHL Network. Where me and Bob were watching like 98.5, just like watching them rep on Sweeney yesterday.
Oh, dude, it was sick.
Then I go, Bob, watch. Throw on NHL Network. They'll be like, "Oh, great decision by the Bruins."
Yeah, right.
they'd be like not saying anything. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, Sweeney, hell of a move."
Yeah, it was one of those things where I was watching the 98.5 show, and they're ripping on Sweeney, and every single time I saw like a picture of Sweeney or they had a good take or something that I agreed with, I got up and they got fired up. You know, like when you see something on TV and you just get fired up. It was like every time someone's like Bruins scored a goal, I'd get up and just walk around the apartment like I'd start shadowboxing. I'm like fucking Sweeney. I'm like fucking Sweeney. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, then I printed out like a picture of Don Sweeney's face and put it on our
go.
dartboard, and then
Yeah.
we started throwing them at it. I was hitting the forehead.
First one right in the eye.
yeah, right.
It's ridiculous.
Hey, if
dude.
anybody listening's got a chance, go listen to his press conference with firing Cassie. Absolute comedy clown show by him.
Great way to put it.
Speaking of clowns, those clowns in Colorado touched the Campbell Trophy.
I
too,
know,
which
dude.
is bad luck.
It was Landy,
smiling.
right? Landy touched it, and then
McKinnon.
McKinnon came around like a creep, right behind it, like not even with the boys. He's just like this. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
it.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I guess what did the Lightning were the first ones to touch it or something?
Well, I mean, the Lightning can do whatever the
They
fuck
don't
they
care.
want. They win
Yeah.
every year, so it doesn't matter. But dude, they can fucking like piss on it, and it'd still probably have a good chance of winning the Stanley Cup.
McKinnon just looks like an absolute prick. Just
Yeah,
like looking
dude,
at
he
him,
does, dude.
Thoughts?
I
He's like,
personally,
hey, no smiling. No
yeah,
smiling.
he's a hardo. I mean, personally, I like McKinnon as a player. I like the way he plays. I think
Great,
he's
yeah.
super dynamic and like whatever. I just love the way he plays. But like
He's a bulldog.
He is a fucking hardo. Yeah, he was just like no smiling, and like everyone on his team like looks at him like what? Like you know what I mean? Like
Something about that Colorado team. There's
yeah.
Oh, they're so deep though.
They are.
like their
Like
third
you have to
line,
respect
yeah.
it how good they are, but I
Yeah.
just hate it when they're winning. I hate it. They play like scumbags. Just scumbag behavior from top to
The
bottom.
only person that doesn't play like a scumbag.
But I mean, it works. So
Yeah, it does work. But the thing is, the only person that doesn't play like a scumbag like that, and he's a future Conn Smythe winner if the Avs win it, is Cale Makar.
yeah,
That kid is an absolute stand.
Yeah.
He's a stand-up guy, nasty
Oh, yeah.
at hockey, generational talent, and if the Avs do pull it off, he's gonna be a Conn Smythe
oh
winner.
yeah, he's a shoe-in.
Always
Shoe-in.
makes the right play.
He had like two or
Yeah.
three. I think he had 2 goals, maybe 3 goals, and like 7 assists against the Oilers. Nasty
Yeah.
in 4 games, dude.
as a defenseman.
Yeah,
Don't forget.
yeah, as a defenseman.
in Colorado, absolutely like fleeced the Ottawa Senators one year and traded like a bunch of their like old players to them for their first round pick, and then ended up with Cale Makar at
Oh
like
my
3, and they were already a playoff team. Like Joe Sakic, hats off. You want to come GM for the Bruins? How are you?
Yeah, right, dude.
He won't
ain't
touch us
never
with a
leaving-
10-foot
He ain't
pole.
never leaving Colorado.
No, facts. I know. I'm
No
just
shot.
throwing
Well, yeah,
shit
I
against
mean-
the wall.
Talk about a team who's doing things right.
Mm.
All right, why don't we get in the Eastern Conference Final? So after being down 2-0 in the series, the Tampa Bay Lightning have now won back-to-back games at home to tie the Eastern Conference Finals up at 2 games apiece, heading back to New York for Game 5. finally a good series.
Yeah.
Finally, a dramatic series that we're going to get to watch
Had
out
to
till
get
the
one,
end.
I guess, right?
What's your boys' thoughts on this series so far?
Yeah, so I think everyone knew that the Lightning were going to make this a series, especially come back at home. What I'm taking away from this, though, is that the reason why the Lightning got torched in the first 2 games is because they couldn't stay out of the box. They were taking too many penalties, and that's where the Rangers excel. They take advantage of you
power play's nasty.
on the power play. Yeah, the power play is fucking nasty.
Banjo
with the rip, and then Kreider, which is in front, tipping everything.
And then you got Foxy and Panarin too.
Yeah, dude,
it's
fucking insane.
Like decent power play.
Yeah, and then when they went on the road to Tampa just played lockdown, like no penalties. Especially last night, they only had 1 penalty. The only time the reason why I'm saying this is because the Rangers' only goal was on a power play.
Yeah,
it was at the
late
end,
in the game.
Late in the game.
Yeah.
So they didn't take any penalties for those past 2. Maybe took a couple penalties in game 3, but Vasilevsky came alive. Finally became Vasilevsky. Everyone, honestly, it's just it's kind of like a crazy series, and it's the battle of those 2 Russian goalies. It's unbelievable because you got Shesterkin at home playing unbelievable the first 2 games at home, played unbelievable in game 3, but got outdueled by Vasilevsky and just got outdueled again. Shesty's not even playing bad. It's just it's just bad team defense by the Rangers. The Rangers just have those games they lose it game 3, game 4. They kind of shy away from their games and stuff like that. But Jagiellon's going to right this ship. I think it's going to be really close. It's going to be 6 or 7.
I mean, Andrew Kopp said it. This is the best position that they've been in any series through 4 games. They're down 3-1 to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And then they were down 3-2 to
Canes.
Yeah, Canes. So 2-2, it's not bad, right?
Yeah,
Going back home.
Best of 3.
To MSG, where they're 8-1 at home in the postseason.
Yeah.
Yeah, to touch on what you said, I think they might have played better when they were down, like the Rangers. They were down every series and they battled back. But I think this is just a different animal. Tampa, I think they were kind of filling out the Rangers' first couple games, figured them out a little bit, knew they had to stay out of the box. The Lightning, it's just kind of classic. They figured them out, I think, to tell you the truth. I have the Lightning winning, but I just think the Rangers might just be a little over their heads at this point. You got Kucherov starting to get hot. You got Stamkos scoring goals. And Vasilevsky played on his head last night. Once this team starts to lock it down and they start to figure you out like the Lightning, it's going to be tough to beat. I said last pod, once Kucherov, he might be the key to this series. Once he gets hot, you can't stop him. He has 142, or even more points in the playoffs in his career. These guys come to play. They're game breakers. There's 3 guys. If you take Kucherov, put him on the Rangers' best player on the team. Same with Stamkos, Hedman. Those guys are studs, man. You can never count them out. Don't poke the Lightning, man.
The Kucherov no-look pass, the win to Palat was disgusting.
Oh, yeah, right in the slot.
Oh, my God,
One
dude.
toucher.
That was so sexy. I when I saw the replay, because at first I thought it was because I only saw Palat live, not tapping it in or whatever, hitting it in. And I was like, oh, maybe that just was a pinball shot or whatever. He pinballed off someone's skate and it went to him, he scored. I see the replay, I'm like, Jesus. Kucherov, dude, like Vinny said, he's literally the catalyst of the series. If he isn't producing, the Lightning don't have a chance.
Yeah, he's the best player on the team, man.
Yeah.
I think, other than Vasilevsky and that, kid's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't count out the back-to-back champs. I mean, they finally lost a consecutive game. They were 17-0 coming off a loss. They finally lost, going down 2-0 in the series. I think those Rangers fans got a little too excited when they were up 2-0. I mean, to me, it seemed like they looked like they already had a trip to the Cup locked up. But, man, I was like, they're going to regret this, dude. You can't sleep on the Lightning. And you'd have to have been a fool to think that the Lightning were out of this series after going down 2-0. They weren't going to go down easy.
I have a prediction. I think it's Tampa in 6 after what I saw last game. I mean, they gave the Rangers nothing.
Yeah, you can't forget about some of the guys in that team, man. Those born winners: Kucherov, Stamkos, Vasi, even Patty Maroon, the big rig. He's back-to-back champion.
Scored last night.
That guy just simply doesn't lose. He's won 14 straight playoff series. Ridiculous. I think the 9-day layoff for the Bolts definitely didn't help them out starting out this series. I think that's kind of why they went down 0-2. But I mean, now you've awoken a sleeping giant, and the Rangers are in for one. You know, I said it. Don't poke the bear. Be careful what you wish for, Rangers fans. Lightning back to that form, you know, once again. And you can see the sense of urgency that they're playing with, especially at home the past 2 games. And they were led by who else? Mr. Playoff, Nikita Kucherov.
Yep.
Snipsky, you called it. He was going to be the X factor in this series. And once he elevated his game, I think it's all over for the Rangers if he's going to keep playing like that.
If I was talking about that pass to Palat, that was, oh my God, that was sex. And it's like fucking the chemistry they had together. Palat's a big part of that
clutch.
team.
He's clutch.
He's a big playoff guy, shows up all the time. No matter what, they don't even have Braden Point.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
And if he comes back for the playoffs against the Avs, oh my God, that series is going to be so nasty.
No, don't get ahead of ourselves here. It's 2-2.
I mean, they're going to have to do what many teams in this postseason have not been able to do, and that's win on the road. Rangers have been nearly unstoppable at home. I said it. They're 8-1 at Madison Square Garden this playoffs.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough. It's definitely going to be tough, but I believe the Bolts can get it done. I think the Rags are in trouble right now.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa has all the momentum. Vasi looks locked in once again, and once he's locked in, keep the puck if you get one by him. Rags are also banged up. They lost some key pieces last game. Ryan Strome tried to go. He couldn't. And then their young stud there, Philip Heidel, he left last game, upper body injury after taking a hit from Hedman.
And he's been playing real well.
And I think he's got like 7 or 8 goals this postseason. He's been big time for them. So, I mean, if those guys aren't going to suit up in Game 5, those are tough guys to replace. I don't think it's going to be an easy task by any means, but I like my original prediction, Bolts in 6. They're going to have to steal one in MSG, in Game 5 or 7. Igor in the Garden's been a beast. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a hell of a game regardless on Thursday night, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I saw the save I was watching the replay today in the Lightning game. Save Vazzy made, it was tipped. And he went in his butterfly.
Oh, yeah.
And then he kicked. He full extension. It's kicked. Like somebody tipped it, and then it's going to go in the net, and he kicks it to himself, full extension, and covers the puck. And I saw that. I was like, are you shitting me?
Rebound control like you read about, dude. Just reflexes like a cat.
That dude,
big cat,
refuses to lose. Andre Vasilevsky.
Telling you see it in his eyes, dude. Once you see those eyes, you're like, uh-oh. Like,
he's counting cards out there.
Plus, he's out there looking across the ice like, I'm the better Russian. Like, you know what I mean? Those guys have those Russians. They respect each other to a certain extent, but they're mad competitive.
Yeah, dude. The Rangers fans got way too ahead of themselves. They're like, Igor's the better Russian goalie. I'm like, be careful what you say about
that one.
Be careful what you say about Vasi, dude. He's
all-time great
goat, playoff goat. We've been talking about him. He's on his game. And it's scary when he's that good.
He's a robot when he's on.
But yeah, when I saw he saved that tip, like when you're saving shots like that are like out of your control, being tipped last second, and then not even letting up a rebound for it, it's like
seeing that in slow
Jesus,
motion.
Dude. Yeah, exactly.
Like that's scary,
something's just going through that guy's head.
I'm honestly kind of convinced he might be a robot because last night he his strap, his strap came off his fucking. Off his pad, and he went over to the bench, and he was like, whatever, stuck his leg into the bench, and then equipment manager was working on it. I wouldn't be surprised if he might be battery driven, and it's in the back of his leg.
He's low on batteries,
or whatever. And he's just low on batteries. His batteries are low, and they're looking around just putting double A's in them.
The batteries got WD-40.
Yeah.
He's loosening up.
He's like, I'm squeaking.
Yeah.
Nah, he's running on something higher
than a Gatorade bottle, and
he's running on something higher than what, triple A's you said, or double A's? He's got to be running on something higher than that.
He's a standard robot, double A's.
I'll tell you what it is, Adderall. That's why he's locked in.
Maybe. Yeah, he's got another Russian rat pissing in a cup for him, so he's getting caught.
I think it's allowed in the NHL.
What, Adderall?
I think so, yeah.
Ooh, yo, everybody take Adderall then. That'll help.
There's a former player. I read an article a few years ago. Blanking on who it was. He was defenseman. He came out and basically said he abused Adderall in his playing days, and then he found himself locked in a closet, gun in his mouth because he just substance abuse and was just going through withdrawals and shit.
Jesus.
But Yeah, I think unless they're just passing drug tests somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't. know
John
about
Cooper's
that
pissing
or-
in it for him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Coop's like, yeah, I got you. Hold up.
Now that's a player
Just
coach.
whips it out.
That's
Yeah.
a player coach if I ever heard one.
That's the coach
Yeah,
the
he
Bruins
is.
need. Someone's
Exactly.
willing to piss in a cup for one of his players. So he can pass a
Absolute-
drug test.
And
absolutely.
you said Coop was a lawyer too, so he's bailing them out of jail and shit. He's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, I got this.
Yeah,
Don't
he said,
worry.
he's like, there's a loophole in the contract. He's like, we're good.
Yeah,
I already reviewed it.
We covered that. Don't
He
worry.
writes the contract. Yeah, so no one gets fucked over.
All right, I think it's time for one of our final segments today, and that's Bob's fun fact of the day. So, Bob, why don't you take us away?
All right. So the Netherlands is so safe, it imports criminals to fill their jails. The Netherlands has enjoyed a steady drop in crime since 2004 and has become so safe that it's closed down one jail after another. 23 prisons shut down their doors since 2014. To help mitigate the job losses that this has created, the country has taken to importing prisoners from other countries, bringing 242 inmates from Norway in 2015. Isn't that insane?
Well-
Imagine being so safe of a country that you have no crime and you just shut down prisons and people are losing jobs. COs are losing jobs.
Well, that makes the U.S. look like dog shit.
Oh, absolutely. But the thing is, dude, like, I get, like, you're trying to get more jobs and importing, like, inmates, but, like, that is fucking crazy. Why are you bringing in bad people? Like, what,
From
dude,
other
like,
countries.
That's like what Australia did.
yeah, like,
back in the day.
it's like if, let's just say, like, how's this work? So let's just say you get, like, brought from, like, Norway to the Netherlands and, like, your time's up. What do you just, like, you get sent back to Norway? Like, right there, like, they put you on a plane, like, over, like, that makes, like, that's so crazy to me, like, that they even, like, allow that.
Isn't it like basically no laws out there? Isn't like prostitution legal and like every sort of drug is legal out there?
I know Japan it's legal
Next
for
trip
prostitution.
to Norway.
and there's probably no speed
Oh,
limit.
no, I thought it was
too.
Netherlands.
I'm in Netherlands.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, all right,
Norway.
yeah,
No, they're
that's-
importing prisoners
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Norway.
Over in Europe, there's probably like no speed limits either.
Yeah,
Like,
the Autobahn over in
there's-
Germany.
Yeah.
there's no speed limits. I don't know what it's like. I've never been out there, but people must be like smarter or something with it. Not like
Yeah.
I've never like really known
Being
anything
dumb.
about Netherlands. All I know is that like they're nasty to talk. I remember I used to like
Yeah,
be.
they are
I used to
nasty.
love them
Yeah,
for. I
so
remember one year they had a
good.
nasty World Cup team, and they were like Cinderella. And they almost won or something like that. That was
they're
nasty.
always pretty good at soccer. Yeah, they wear the orange.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
like to do because the jerseys are sick.
I mean, that makes sense though if like everything's legal out there. 'Cause prostitution, everyone's getting laid, everyone's just doing drugs, and like
Everyone's
you know,
just so mellow.
what are you gonna get locked up for? Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
right.
everyone's just like having a good
Yeah,
time.
maybe if you like fucking kill somebody, yeah, that'd probably end up in jail, right?
You're like, nah, you're good. Just slap on the wrist.
yeah.
Like,
Vinny,
Don't kill somebody
Community
again.
community
Vinny, I think
service.
murder's still illegal in the Netherlands. I'm gonna go on a limb. Like
Maybe.
like, nah, slap on the wrist. Couple hours community service. You're all set.
I'd be like, imagine someone like
Just don't do it again.
someone's about to commit a crime and they smoke a little weed and a little post-nut clarity and they're like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stay in tonight. I'm a
Yeah,
little
never
tired.
mind,
I'm a
yeah.
little tired.
Never
I'm
mind.
gonna eat a bag of chips and go to bed.
Wait, I can order a hooker to my house and I can take mad ecstasy and smoke mad weed and shrooms. All right, I'm good.
Sign me up.
I'll rob that bank tomorrow.
Yeah, count me in on that.
All right.
Well, that's my fun fact. I thought it was a little interesting.
I love
Oh,
it.
and so
Putting it on the
back to-
bucket list, Netherlands.
back to I got the Grizzly info.
Let's go. 8 hours later.
3.6 million a year.
Oh, geez, more than I thought.
Yeah, he's definitely half of what you probably would have got Krug for, which is a crime, but no excuse.
Yeah, that's criminal. All right. As always, we'd like to thank our producer, Hedge Better Industries. They continue to revolutionize the sports betting industry. So if you haven't already, be sure to check them out over at www.hedgebetter.com. That's www.hedgebetter.com. Also being promoted by Hedge Better is the Kings of Combat boxing event on July 16th at Dorothy Gym in Braintree, Mass. Exhibition fights start at 1 p.m. Local guy from Braintree, Bobby Lights Out Lang, the Rough and Rowdy champion, is going to be headlining the exhibition fights, his first ever fight in his hometown. So be sure to get your tickets now over at www.kingsofcombat.com. Following the exhibition fights will be pro fights starting at 7 p.m. So get your tickets now. They're selling out quick. This is going to be an event you don't want to miss. We got a couple of our buddies boxing in it too, a couple amateurs. about to get the shit knocked out.
Showtime, Craig.
Oh,
Let's
he's
go,
all-
Showtime,
Craig.
Craig.
Oh,
I thought we were sponsoring.
Yeah,
the
we're
other guy.
sponsoring the other guy.
No, go other guy. Fuck.
But yeah, this is an event. Be sure that you don't, this event for sure you don't want to miss. Kings of Combat. It's the first ever one. It's like Rough and Rowdy on steroids. You don't want to miss it. July 16th. Clear your schedules. We'll see you there.
protect your neck, Craig.
All right, I think that just about wraps it up. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the High Slot Podcast. Be sure to go check us out over on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at High Slot Podcast for more daily hockey content. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone. Peace.
Thank you.
See ya.
Thank you.